Hello. Okay, so we've gone live. At least I think we've gone live. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of SQL. I'm using the Oracle SQL Developer, because that's what I'm using at the moment in my course. But SQL is a very simple language to understand, and to get started very quickly, there's really only 3 commands. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm actually VNC'd into my Windows machine because it's easy to set up Oracle Developer on Windows and Linux. So let's get going. Let's see if I can remember. There we go, SQL Developer. So I just need to go in here and I just need to run SQL Developer. I could have set it up on the desktop and all that stuff, but I was just lazy. So okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this database. This HR database is actually the default database for it's one of the ones that actually come with SQL Developer. So the first thing I'm going to do is, as I said, there's 3 main commands that, if you know these 3 main commands, you're probably going to have about nearly 80 to 90% of all SQL queries sorted. And they are select, if I can spell it correctly, select, and I still can't spell it. I'll get it there. Select, from, and where. With those 3 commands, you can do nearly 80 to 90% of nearly any SQL query. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the employees table, but it'll work for any of the other tables that you can just practice on yourself. So let's see what the employee table looks like. So select star, and we don't need a where at the moment, so we'll just get rid of that. And we'll just say from employees. And the great thing about SQL Developer is that it picks it up for you. Because SQL Developer is Oracle, I'm using I'm using the Oracle Syntax. So it's a little bit different than MySQL, but it's not that different. You just kind of Google and you'll find out the difference. But anyway, so let's run this query. So just run the statement. And there we go. So we can see our employee table has an employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, hire date, job, ID, salary, manager, and department. And we can see all the people that are in there. Now, there probably was an easier way to find out what the actual table looks like without doing a select all, because that's what that star up here means. It means like select everything. Just like when you're searching for something in Windows, if you type in star.txt, it will find all your txt files. It's normally called a wildcard, but anyway, we could have done, I think it's DESCRIBE. I think it's describe. I think it's employees. I could be completely wrong. Yeah. So let's see if this works. Probably wrong. Ooh. I know there's a way of describing. Give me a second. Let's just quickly check Google, because Google is your friend. So SQL describe. If you're wondering why I'm using caps at the moment, is because it's just convention for SQL to do all your SQL commands in capitals. It doesn't really matter, um, but yeah. I thought it was describe. Yeah, that's right. It's describe. Oh, DESC table name. Oh, it's DSC. Okay. Well, let's see if that works. So run that statement. There we go. So DSC is describe. Okay, so you can see here that it describes the table. So we can have our employee ID. It tells us that it's not null, and it's a number. So we can see the first name is a varchar, last name is varchar, and can not be null. Email, varchar, phone number, varchar, hire date is the date, job ID, varchar, then salary number, commission. Okay, so that's our table being described. So now actually let's try and do a more substantial query. So let's see. Okay, let's do something with the first name. Actually, no, let's get the last name. So we're going to say select, if I can spell again, select last name. From employee. So what we're going to do is we're just going to select our last names from employees at the moment. So just run that statement, and that gives us all the last names. Now, let's see. Let's see. Let's see what the max amount of salary is. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the last name and we're going to put in max. And then we put in salary. So let's see what the highest salary is. Okay, so let's run that. Okay, so the highest salary is 24,000. God. Must be working for my old bosses a few years ago. Okay, I'm just messing about there. Anyway, so now we know what the maximum salary is, but we don't know who actually has that maximum salary. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the last name. First name. I probably will get this. Oops. That's what I hate about having caps, because I keep forgetting that I have it on hitting. But anyway, so that's last name, first name, and the max salary. Right. So we can run this statement, and it should give us the not a single. Oh, okay. So right, because we got the max salary, we would have to do something like this. We'd have to probably would have to put in a group by clause. Group by, let's say, last name. Okay. Let's see if that works. Might work. Ooh, not a group by expression. Okay. As you can see, you will get errors. Let's see. Okay, so maybe we don't need the max salary. Okay, let's try something else. Okay. Where? I'm using a where clause. Let's see if this works. Sal. Can I spell that right? S-A-L-A-R-Y. Salary equals. I think this might work. Sal. A-R-Y. And we put in a comma. Well, we got rid of that there. So let's see. Select last name, first name, okay. So hopefully this will return the person that has the actual maximum salary. So let's run group by. What line is it on? Okay. We just view the line numbers if I can. I can't be bothered at the moment putting line numbers. But anyway, you have the line numbers there, you'll be able to see what's going on. So I'm assuming that it probably needs a group by. Group by last name. Let's see if this works. Come on. I have a funny feeling I get the same error. Right. What we can do, I just realized what we could do is we can use something called a subquery. So a subquery is basically a query within a query. So let's try to select, okay, max sal, okay, and okay, so now where are we going? Okay, yeah, from, tie that up a tiny bit. I'm just tidying it up to just make it easy to read. From employees. Come on. Right. So, that is our subquery. Okay, let's see if this will work. Let's run this statement. And ta-da! Look! The person that has the maximum salary is King Stephen. Now just to prove that, we'll just put in salary. See? King Stephen, he's got the maximum salary. So as you can see, with just a few little commands, you can do a lot in SQL. Now, there is a lot more that I could do. I could probably use the concatenation to tidy that up. Like I could probably make that into an alias. Let's see if I remember right about aliases. Actually, what I'll do is I'll show you what an alias is. We'll just grab that query there just for this is just an example of what an alias is. It's just I can't be bothered to go and play around with concatenation at the moment. I might show that to you later on. So we're going to say as H-I... As far as I remember, with this one you need double quotation marks. I-G-H-E-S-T, highest amount. We'll just call A-M-O-U-N-T. Forgive me about my spelling. Or maybe it's just single quotations. I always get mixed up. Single quotations. That's because it's at, not as. So, yeah, okay, I get it. Anyway, so, if I run this query, you see, instead of salary, we have highest amount. Let's just try something. I don't know if this is going to work. It may not. Highest. H-I... earner. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll just try it. So let's run this script again. Okay, so it's just changing the salary. So what we could do is we could use, I think we can use concatenation here. So concatenation in Oracle is a double pipe. In other languages, I think it's a like MySQL, other databases, it's a plus on a plus, like this. So I don't know if that would work in Oracle. It might, but anyway, we're doing Oracle at the moment, so let's just run this. Okay, so that's not what we're looking for. So let me just have a look-see. Give me a second. I'll come back to you in a second because I was working on something last night, so let me see. That's not. Okay, so that will work perfect. So let's go back here. Okay, so right, so I was playing around with something last night. I just grabbed that code, so this should work. So I think that should work. Let me just double check again. Yeah, it should work. Let's just check this out. So if I pop this in here, and let's run that query and see what happens. It's giving out here. Why is it giving? Yeah, I see why it's giving out. Because, look, we'll just run this here. It'll probably give out again. Nope. Okay, so the reason why it's giving out is because we have the last name here and then we have the comma here. So what we need to do is we need to remove that. And that should, there we go. Highest earner, King Stevens. So that, now to be honest, I don't think you'd use that much unless you're just connecting directly to the server and playing around with it that way. Now you might be able to, I'm not sure, but you might be able to use that to create the column headings for, say, if you're extracting it to using something like Python to extract the SQL query. I don't know because I haven't played around that much with Python and Oracle and stuff, but I'm not sure. But the purpose of this video was basically just to show you that with just 3 simple commands, select from where you got about probably, I'd say 80 to 90% of all SQL queries. And just to show you some other things is, like, let's say we use this query again because this is just we're going to say, let's get the last name. Oh yeah, I'm just using small letters this time. Well, you can use small, but as you can see, it's just giving me what I want. So I'm going to select the last name and first name. Okay, I'm not putting any aliases, but I want to sort it. Well, first of all, we'll run this and you'll see what happens. So run that statement. We're going to get them. Okay, so that's all in descending order. Now I want it in descending is going down. Yeah, that's in descending order. So basically alphabetical. I want it the other way around. I want to start with, say, if somebody had the name, I don't know, Zoink or something like that at the end. I want that to be the first. So to do that, we would go DESC, I think, or DSC maybe. Let's just see if that's the right one. No, it's DSC. D. No, that's alright. Okay. This is what happens when you're no good at spelling. Just Google it. And yes, my spelling may not be correctly, but yeah, so we're going to use the order by clause, and it's DESC. Okay. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so this, oh yes, so this is actually already in descending order. I want it to go into ascending order, so that's ASC. Alright, you can see I can just use ASC in upper or lower cases. It doesn't really matter at the moment, so we'll run this here. Well, now what? What does it say? SQL was not ended properly? Yes, it was. Okay, let's just run this again. Right, let me just do a check. Oh, yeah. I have to say order by. So, let me go back here. Yeah, so that's what I was making my mistake. I forgot to put in the order by. Not border, order. God. One day I'll learn to spell. Order by. And just to show you that it's not case sensitive. So we're going to, by last name. I'm going to say ASC. Okay, So we run that query and let's see what happens. Okay, so that's yeah, so that's ascending. We want descending. DSC. Okay. So sorry I keep getting these confused, but there we go. So we do actually have somebody with Z, Zolko. So yeah, so that's really it. That's really all I wanted to show you was the select from and where clause and a little bit about order by. Now, I'll probably do a video about likes and have by and stuff like that. So, but with that, with select from where you can really do probably about, as I said, 80 to 90% of all queries. You could also, this query here, this max query here. So just wanted to show you if anyone who does stats. You probably know that max is probably a statistical function, but we can also do, we can do mean. I think we can do mean anyway. Is it there? Or maybe it's median. D-I-A-N. There we go. The median. Okay. So let's go and see what happens here. Let's run that. Okay, so the median salary is 200. Let's see if there is a mean function. I'm not sure. You know, the mean is, I think. Oh yeah, the mean is kind of like the mean is kind of like the average. So maybe it's an average function. AVG must be for average. So let's find the average salary. Okay, so that's the average salary. Now, what we can do is we can also use round. What round does is just rounds it off. I think by default it might be 2 decimal places. I'm not sure. No, it's only 1 decimal place. So if you want to round it off to 2 decimal places, you put in a comma and then 2. So that should give us. There we go. So the average is 461. So there, yeah. So as you can see, I've done a lot with a little, and that's what you can do with SQL. You can do a lot with a little knowledge. I hope you enjoyed this little live stream. I don't know if anyone's watching because I'm actually not checked. But if anyone is watching, well, hello. So yeah. So I'm going to stop this now and thanks. Bye.